Look like Montana, maybe Wyoming. You might be surprised to learn this is the little-known state of Washington. Who would have thunk it? In evergreen state, there's not much green out here. The eastern half of Washington state is an undiscovered bird hunting paradise. You've got these big rolling hills. This used to be home to sage grouse and sharp-tailed grouse. Well, now it's full of huns, chukars, and valley quail, 3 introduced species that have adapted well to the changes man has brought on this landscape. And the hunters discovering this area are pretty much on their own. And that's just the way many of us like it. Hi, I'm Ron Spomer, and this is Winchester Legends.
Sagebrush and grass, birds and dogs. Now that's a combination to spark any hunter's fire despite late-season clouds, snow, and wind. So long as dogs can scent and hunters can walk, there'll be adventure afield.
Birds, birds everywhere.
From the spirit of adventure and the heartbeat of the hunt. It's what you trust, it's what you keep, it's Winchester. We're what you trust, we're what you keep. We're Winchester.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work. Swarovski Optic. Truck Vault, manufacturers of the world's finest secure in-vehicle storage systems. SOS Outdoor Products, quality gear for the outdoor enthusiast. She Safari, clothing for her expedition.
As sure as there are grain fields and undisturbed grass, there are upland game birds to fill them. Despite its nickname, the Evergreen State, Washington is nearly treeless and brown in the rain shadow of its Cascade Mountains. Near Yakima, fewer than 10 inches of precipitation falls annually, but the Columbia River provides irrigation water for humans and wildlife. The promise of birds enticed She Safari head honcho Pam Zaitz to join Ron Spomer and Hubertus Kennels owner Del Peterson in pursuit of quail and partridge.
I was excited to come up to Washington State to hunt California quail. I am absolutely a big game hunter.
While field testing her hunting clothing line for women, Pam, a deadly rifle shot, has hunted big game around the world. Now she's eager to try shotgunning.
I haven't done a whole lot of bird hunting, but I was even more excited because I knew I'd learn a lot, and it was just a completely different experience.
Wildlife biologist Del Peterson imports and trains versatile German longhairs and hunts the Yakima area regularly.
We have one spot we're going to go that has not been hunted at all this year, so or at least lightly hunted, but for the last month it's not been hunted at all. So that should be an excellent place. There should be an abundance of birds.
Spomer is chomping at the bit to test his young English setter on Peterson's feathered bonanza.
I've always wanted to explore some of this country, but I've never really had to because I live in similar terrain in Idaho. But Del has got some great country, some great dogs.
Moni is a classic chocolate brown German longhair famous for retrieving. Cheyenne is Ron's English setter, infamous for pointing many birds and rarely fetching any.
Generally the plan is we'll work this carragena and these little junipers down and push the quail out to the south and southeast.
Get them into the open grass?
Get them into the open grass,
okay.
And hopefully along that sagebrush line up there too.
All right, let's go find some birds. I want to see this dog work. Oh yeah, tracks all over here. Dog's being real cautious here, sniffing them out, tracking them.
Good shot.
All right, go fetch it there, Moni. We're gonna have to flank these trees when we go through. Look at that point. It's underneath that last one.
That's my problem.
Load up again, there'll probably be another one.
I know it's something that you have to practice at, and you get better at, and the only way to get better is to do it.
Pam's gonna come in on that bird. Good one, Pam. Whoa. Whoa.
Ah!
Whoa.
So in front of it, did you see?
I couldn't tell where you were shooting on that one, other than not where
Not
the
at the
bird
bird.
was. I could tell that.
I was very surprised at how they are fast little suckers and hard. I mean, you got to be quick to get them.
But Pam wasn't about to be bested by a little bird, no matter how fast. She bore down and improved as she went.
There you go. He's pointing right in front of you. Whoa.
Got it.
Good shot.
I did good, got a couple birds, I was proud, and brushed up on my shotgun skills a little bit.
It's comfortable for me right here.
Right there?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good looking fit. You're in the pocket there, and that's where you want to be. Whoa. I don't know what's out here, but she says something is.
Good shot.
All right, now here's a pair. This is not like Bob White's. You got a lot more color pattern in these males than the females. Yeah, look at that beautiful top knot sticking out. And a little cinnamon brown on the cap, and then all these different beautiful patterns. Look at that drab hand. See, it's just the opposite with humans. You know, the guys are kind of drab, and the women are all dressed up and feathery. She's not sure where they are. She's moving now. They're running. Oh, how come you didn't shoot that one,
You
girl?
have to take your gun off safety.
Oh, yeah, there's that problem.
I have never been able to hunt over dogs. I was really excited to see how all that worked.
Did you see you slam on point on that last one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had German long-haired pointers for about 30 years, so I've got a lot of experience with them, and the reason I've had them that long is because they're excellent gun dogs.
Any of those continental breeds that they've got over in France and Germany, they train those dogs to hunt everything. Not like us where the labs do the ducks and the setters and the pointers do the quail. Their dogs have to hunt everything.
It was very exciting to watch his dog Moni do her thing, and she was pointed out the quail and got him up in the air for us, so it was great.
Pam, why don't you walk kind of closer to Dell here, and I'll just sort of flank
Okay.
it out here on this edge. Oh, look at them all. Right here. Got him. Oh, that was sweet. Pam?
Yeah?
Okay, just wondered where you were. I'm a little bit behind you here. Dead bird.
Turned out to be a great day.
Yeah, I thought with that snow this morning it was really going to be
Me
worthless.
too.
But it opened up nicely, and we didn't get rained on, and the quail, man,
It was
my
great.
nuts, there's a lot of them in here. Birds everywhere. Bird in here. Oh.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Redhead, finest in the field since 1856. Swarovski Optic. Truck Vault, manufacturers of the world's finest secure in-vehicle storage systems. Otis Technology, from the front lines to the hunt of a lifetime, the most advanced gun cleaning systems in the world.
Mother Nature apologized for her first day's snow by literally blowing it away the second day.
Well, what do you think with this nasty wind? We're going to get up against some trees or what?
Well, what we'll try and do, can't do anything about the wind, obviously, so what we'll try and do is push the birds out of the heavy cover into the lighter cover so we can work the dogs on them.
All right.
Hopefully that'll work. Obviously, we want to work the dogs into the wind, so.
I don't want to work into the wind. Let's let the dogs round them up and drive them to us. Yeah, we'll just have to grin and bear it.
Yeah.
If it gets too bad, we'll take a break. Birds everywhere. Whoa. Can you go that way? Good shot, girl. All right. That was sweet. You're welcome to walk right along that easy stuff, Pam. You know that? miss that one?
I did, but
So did I. Look, they're going like this.
I know they're
That wind's
crazy
just
in this
blowing them all
wind.
over.
And you can't hear them get up, and then
And they're gray, and they're about that far off the ground. And are there any
And
more
they're cold,
excuses we can use? Okay, next one in trouble.
all right.
This conditions right now, these are a little bit unusual for this time of the year. You're going to see some snow, cold wind, so they're generally tougher conditions than we ordinarily find earlier in the season, obviously.
See if it's serious. All right, let's hit it again. We'll just let her keep working in here until she narrows them down. Some of those birds are holding awfully tight. There's one. Right there. Step right up, ma'am. Take him!
It's happening too fast. I can't get my thoughts together. Well, the
First you
one was
make
going
sure
that way,
nobody's
one
in
was
your
going that
way,
way.
and then you shoot. Okay, we got them both. Can we find that first one? All right. Good girl. Let me get a picture of her with that one. Good dog. She is really good at finding dead birds. I love that. It's tough today. We've got a big wind screaming off the mountain. We've got a little bit of shelter on these trees, and the birds are loving it. They're just buried in this stuff, and they're running. Birds don't like wind any more than we do. Makes them flighty, makes them goofy. You never know what's going to happen. We've got the dogs working through here, can't control them. They can't hear us, we can't hear them. We're just going to keep working, try to get these birds pushed out of the thick stuff and into the grass where we've got a crack at them, where we can see what's going on. Almost at the end of the trees, there could be a big bunch of them down here. Otherwise, I've already gone out into that sagebrush. Keep hunting easy now. Oh, easy, easy. Bird in here. Bird in here. Here. Bird in here. Come! One down. Oh! Now that is what you call a tight holding quail.
Second day of the hunt was great. It was a little different. The snow had kind of melted off some, but the wind was horrible. I mean, we would throw our shotgun up and it would blow all over the place. And for a novice with shotgun, that kind of actually gave me a little bit of an excuse. But the birds were flying still, so the dogs were able to do their thing. It just was a little bit grueling because of the wind, but fun nonetheless.
Yep. That was a foolish mistake on my part. I took my eye off the first bird and went for the second one. Should have stuck with the first one. That's one of the biggest mistakes, quail shooter, any covey bird. Big mistake. If you start on a bird, stay on that bird.
I wonder if I should walk through here.
Good shot!
Yay! Got it!
See if I can find Shy. It's hard to get on them, isn't it? You're not sure if you saw one because you can't hear right. Yep. Well, there should be a bunch of them out here, so when they do get up, watch where they land.
Okay.
Especially if the bunch gets up. Oh, yeah. Beautiful cockbird. Gorgeous. There's your California quail. These guys are native to the West, California, obviously. They're also known as the valley quail because they like to live in the agricultural valleys along stream courses. A little bit of riparian brush is what they love. That's why they're hanging in here. Even though this is the desert, they're irrigating these shrubs and trees, and that provides the overstory cover these little guys need. Beautiful little covey bird. All right.
I need some quicker reflexes.
That's absolutely right.
Well, it's tough out there today, Ron.
Tough, I guess.
Mean conditions.
But hey, we did
But it
pretty
was
well.
worth it. We saw a lot of birds.
We saw a lot of
Got
birds.
some real good dog work, and that's what it's all about.
There's one.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work. Redhead, finest in the field since 1856. She Safari, clothing for her expedition. SOS Outdoor Products, quality gear for the outdoor enthusiast. Otis Technology, from the front lines to the hunt of a lifetime, the most advanced gun cleaning systems in the world.
Pam, how did you like that quail hunt? That was your first one, wasn't it?
It was, and I loved it, and I learned so much. And one of the things I learned was how hard those little guys are to hit.
Oh yeah, quail are hard to hit. I mean, everyone figures that out really quick because, hey, they're a small bird. Because they're so small, they can fly through a poor pattern. If you don't have a good shot shell that evenly distributes its pellets, those little quail can fly between the pellets. And that's why I think we were so successful with those steel shot loads. Steel shot is hard and round, and Winchester puts a payload together that's designed to stay in a nice even pattern without any gaps and holes in it. So when you're up and you make your shot anywhere from 20 to 35 yards, the gun is patterning well with that steel shot. It stays together, and those quail don't have any gaps to fly through.
Well, that's all good information to have, and I am not going to give up. I'm going to keep on trying, and I'm going to hit them this time.
Well, I remember you smoked that one pretty good.
Well, I did, but I mean, with those things in mind, I think I could do better.
Yeah, well listen, when you're loading or shooting steel shot, traditionally with lead shot you would say use a 7.5 or even an 8. Pretty small pellet. Well, with steel, because it's a little bit lighter, you're going to go up a little bit in size, so Winchester generally likes to put out a 7 or a 6, and that's just about perfect for quail. I would use 7 shot in the early season, and later, when you've got a little bit tougher, bigger bird, and especially because they're getting up at a little longer ranges, go to the 6 shot. It's going to carry its energy a little farther down range.
Okay, I'll do it.
I know you will, because I just told you to.
The sun finally broke through on Pam and Ron's final day, so Dell led them to Rolling Hills, where Moni usually finds lots of chukar and gray partridge. Would they outshine the valley quail?
It's our last day of hunting. It was just getting good. The clouds went away, the snow and the rain went away, even the wind went down a little bit. The sun comes out, and Dell takes us up into these glorious hills. This is prime chukar and gray partridge country. Okay, fast dog. We'll be fast.
The third day we were able to get on some different terrain. It was very hilly and looking for gray partridge. The weather was nice, cold, sunny, but I'll take that any day. A little bit windy, but it was fun. It just didn't see much.
Don't be afraid if you've got a solid pointing dog that'll hold its points. Don't be afraid of letting it cover a lot of country. You don't have to keep them in close. The more they run, the less you have to. She can find a bird out there 300, 400 yards, and as long as she holds it, I'm happy. Then I'll walk over there. Otherwise, we're not covering enough country.
That third day, Cheyenne worked her tail off, literally. She ran all over the place.
She slammed on the point then when she got that scent, and I walked up, and one sleeper bird got out. Not too far, but a little bit challenging. There's one. Nuts. I hung a leg on him. Watch him, he's going down. Keep watching him. Marked it down way out there. We went out for it, and we looked, and we looked. So I don't know if it flew over another hill or went around a corner or what, but never found a feather. So that was really disappointing because it was a beautiful little hunt, and I was hoping to get one to show Pam.
From dismal weather and an abundance of quail to sunny weather and a dearth of partridge. Well, that's bird hunting.
3 days isn't nearly enough. I've got to come back and explore this Columbia River country again.
I would definitely like to come back to Washington State to hunt. Ron says that we should probably come a little bit earlier, so I'd like to do that. The weather would probably be a little better.
Whether it's good weather or bad, the birds are always there and the dogs are eager. About all a hunter has to do is show up with guns, plenty of shells, and a positive attitude. Success is measured as much by dog work and scenery as birds in the bag. The chance for bringing home the bacon is as good as the effort you invest. Upland bird hunting is a legendary tradition that soothes 21st century nerves with nature's legendary balm, the joy of hunting. So go for the fresh air, the vistas, the thrill of wild birds in flight, and the chance to roam the kind of country the average citizen only dreams of.
For more information about Winchester products, log on to winchester.com.
You know, when you're walking on rocks in this country, ideally you should have your gun open, but this is the kind of habitat birds could jump up in at any time. So you've got to think about a compromise. I'll generally have my gun closed if I think I'm in good tight bird country, but I keep the gun on the downhill side. If I slip on the rocks, I want to throw myself to the uphill side. It's not as far of a fall, and I'm protecting my gun. If you carry your gun on this side, slam. You put that guy right in the rocks and scratch it or break it and hurt yourself. In the really unstable stuff, open that gun up so it can't possibly go off.